So, welcome to the course Unit 11, the last topic before midterm examinations. This is just a part 2 of the last week topic, which is the crime topologies. So, for today's discussions, okay, we have 3 topics. I'm sorry, I forgot to remove this one. We have conventional, cybercrime, and victimless crime. So, let's start first with the conventional crime. Again, if you have any questions, you can raise your hand. You can use the chat box, okay? Or you can ask me to stop and raise your questions. Okay, let's have this one, conventional crime. So, what is conventional crimes ba? So, when we say conventional crimes, it's our group of crimes that are categorized as 2. Okay? We have violent crimes, which is what we call index crimes, and property crimes, which is what we call non-index crime. When we say violent crimes, these are the crimes against the, parang nagkakaroon ng injury within the person. Okay po? Nagkakaroon ng injury within the persons. Violent nga eh. Violent crimes or what we call index crimes. Kapag sinabi naman nating property crimes, these are the non-index crimes. It means yung violence nagkaroon sa mismong part ng mga things, hindi po sa tao. Okay? Elaborate natin yan. Okay? Let's start first with the violent crimes or what we call index crimes. Ano to? Violent crimes are criminal acts which end the threat of or actual physical harm by an offender to a victim. Ayan. Usually, may victim yan. Okay? Physical harm, ibig sabihin, yung mismong tao, nasaktan. Diba? It presents not only index offenses, but it presents not only index offenses that everyone recognizes as violent. Ano ba yung mga violent crimes, ma'am? Murder, rape, robbery, diba? Or other acts involving force and intimidation but also known as violent crimes. Basta nagkaroon ng force and intimidation within the person. Again, within the person, okay? That are the commonly categorized as social problems such as domestic violence, child abuse, elder abuse, and etc. Ito yung mga tinatawag nating violent crimes. Usually, makita natin to physically, nasaktan yung tao. Physically. Okay? It's either nasugat siya, binugbog siya, pinatay siya, sinaksak siya. Ito yung mga violent crimes. Ma'am, bakit may robbery? Diba? Bakit may robbery? Diba kapag robbery, ninakaw lang? Always remember, in crimes against property, iba po ang robbery sa theft. Diba? Ano ang pinagkaiba ng robbery at theft? Anyone? Anong pinagkaiba ng robbery at theft? Diba kung sa Tagalog, parehong pagnanakaw lang yon?
Robbery man parang yung mga nang-hold up, ganun.
How about theft?
Theft po yung sa mga bahay. Sa mga bahay-bahay, akyat bahay, ganyan po.
Sige. Mali. Okay, ganito. Ang pinagkaiba ng robbery at theft, pareho silang yes, Elise?
It's a prank.
It's a prank, okay. Robbery and theft, parehong pagnanakaw. Ang pinagkaiba lang is yung element ng robbery na meron siyang force and intimidation. Okay? Meron siyang force and intimidation. Sa theft, wala. Ganito pinagkaiba. Kapag ikaw, okay, na-hold up ka, tinutukan ka ng barel, tinutukan ka ng kutsilyo para lang makuha yung pera mo sa wallet. Okay? That is robbery. Pero pag ikaw, nawalan ka ng wallet, kasi nakalagay lang yan sa bulsa mo, na-snatch lang, hindi mo alam, that is theft. Yung pinagkaiba? Kasi sa robbery, kailangan may force, merong intimidation. So, ibig sabihin, nagkakaroon ng physical harm. Kaya siya nilagyan sa violent crimes. Ang theft kasi nilagay siya sa non-index crimes or yung sa property crimes. Bakit? Kasi walang violent reaction, walang intimidation, walang force. Naiintindihan ba niya ng pinagkaiba? That is why robbery, nasama siya sa violent crimes. Kasi robbery includes force and intimidation. Not unlike theft, okay? Sa theft, parang ganito. Sinabi mo, akit bahay gang. Kapag sa akit bahay gang, okay, meron yung force and intimidation. Saan? Upon things. Bakit? Hindi naman sila papasok dun sa mismong entry ng diba? Pintuan. Sisirain nila yung bubong mo, sisirain nila yung mismong bahay mo para lang makapasok. That is robbery. Pero paano nagiging theft? Kapag ang pinto mo, naka-open lang yan. Okay? Tapos nakapasok siya. nang hindi mo alam, that is theft. Okay po. Again, when we say violent crimes, these are the crimes that create threats or actual physical harm by an offender to a victim. So what are the example of forms of violent crimes or index crimes that what we know? We have this one. Yan. Okay. Interpersonal violence. Ano yung mga interpersonal violence? Pag sinabi natin interpersonal violence, eto na yung nangyayari sa mismo sa sarili mo. Ibig sabihin, there's a specific victim. Ano yan? Forcible rape, murder, yan. Serious assault, family violence, robbery. That is interpersonal violence. Meron din tayong tinatawag na political violence na form as violent crimes, yung terrorism. Di ba sa terrorism, madami silang nabibiktima, pero hindi specific. Yan. Siyempre kapag nagbigay sila, nagbomba sila ng isang building. Di ba lahat naman yon kahit hindi naman nila target, matatarget nila dahil sa bomba. Kasi yun ang form ng terrorism nila. Also, pwede rin yung collective violence, which is the riots, mobs, crowds, or urban violence. Ayan. Those are the different forms of violent crimes or index crimes. Again, when I say violent crimes or index crimes, these are the crimes that are forcible in nature. Merong intimidation na nagaganap or actual physical harm in that individual. Okay na tayo na. Ngayon punta na tayo kay property crimes or tinatawag nating non-index crimes. Ayan. Property crimes are crimes of economic interest. Again, economic interest. It includes those crimes that would most commonly be categorized as theft in ordinary language. Ayan, shoplifting, that is example of theft. Kasi di ba pumasok siya sa shop, hindi naman siya nagkaroon ng tawag dito, hindi naman siya nagkaroon ng force or intimidation. Ayan. So, it includes those crimes that would most commonly be categorized as theft in ordinary language. It also includes but not limited to offenses such as unlawful entry, ayan, to commit theft, ayan, shoplifting, ayan, vandalism, and arson. Again, kapag ang pinag-uusapan is about the crimes, about things, ayan, property crimes are what we call the non-index crime. Ma'am, bakit yung robbery? Di ba nagnakaw din sila? Pero bakit sabi mo sa violent crimes? Again, ang robbery po, ang pinagkaiba niya kay theft, meron siyang force and intimidation na ini-inflict even on a things or even in a person. Okay po? So again, these are the property crimes or non-index crimes. Again, property crimes and then non-index crimes and yung kanina, yung violent crimes and index crimes are forms of what we call conventional crimes. Okay na po tayo? Okay na po tayo kay conventional crimes niyan? Do you have any questions? Yan. What are the forms of property crimes? Tingnan nyo. Yan, di ba? Occasional property crimes, we have shoplifting, vandalism, ayan, motor vehicle theft, check forgery. Kapag naman conventional property crimes, ito yung burglary or unlawful entry to commit theft, yun yung burglary. Or fencing. Alam niyo yung fencing? Meron tayong anti-fencing law. Do you know what is fencing? Fencing yun sa yung parang nag-ano sila ng espada, okay? Ang fencing, ito yung pagbebenta ng nakaw na gamit. Or pagbili din ng nakaw na gamit. Okay po? Pag bumili ka sa nakaw na gamit, that is fencing. Okay po? That is fencing. So, destructive property crimes, ito yung arson. Do you know what is arson?
Opo.
Ano?
Burning one property.
Okay. Burning one's property. That is arson. And then, we have also malicious mischief or paninira ng gamit. For example, what is malicious? Ang pinagkaiba ng arson sa malicious mischief? Kapag ang value ng sinunog na gamit is mababa lang. Actually, sa revised penal code, 200 nga lang daw eh. Kanwari, sinira mo yung pinakamamahal na brief ng boyfriend mo dahil nag-away kayo. Ayan. Sinunog mo. That is malicious mischief. Okay? Ang arson, ito na yung pangmalakihan. For example, you're putting into fire yung mismong building niya, yung mismong room niya. Ayan. arson, hindi ibig sabihin ng arson is buong bahay kailangan masunog. Any part of the building, for example, naglagay ka ng gas sa buong building niya. Pero ang nasunog lang is yung pinto. Kahit ang nasunog lang ay pinto, it is already considered as arson. Sa malicious mischief, again, these are the, sinisira mo yung gamit niya. For example, cellphone. Ayan. Yung cellphone niya, binalibag mo dahil nag-away kayo. Ayan. That is malicious mischief. Okay na po niyan? So, these are the different forms of property crimes. Again, we have two types of conventional crimes. We have property crimes and violent crimes. Violent crimes are also known as index crimes, and property crimes are also known as non-index crimes. Next, and na, last two, cyber crime. So, what is cyber crimes? Para ba kayo maalam na cyber crime?
Sa mga internet, ma'am.
Ano pa?
Cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying. Cyber libel. Diba?
Cybersex.
Okay, cyber sex.
Pornography.
Yes, that comes along with the internet. Again, cybercrimes refers to all activities done within the criminal intent in cyberspace. This could be either the criminal activities in conventional sense or could be activities newly evolved with the growth of the new medium or yung ating new technology. So, because of the anonymous nature of the internet, it is possible to engage to a variety of criminal activities with impunity, and people with intelligence have been grossly misusing the aspect of the internet to perpetrate criminal activities in cyberspace. Dati wala man tayong batas about cybercrime. Kasi di ba wala pa namang internet noon, walang computer. Ayan. So, nag-start yan dito. Yan. Alam niyo ba to? Yan. By far most popular incident of cybercrime in the Philippines is yung I love you virus or the love bug. The suspect in the case was only a 23-year-old student. Okay? 23 years old. 23-year-old student from a popular computer university in the Philippines drafted the virus with the vision of creating a program that is capable of what? Stealing passwords in computers. Grabe, diba? Stealing passwords in computers, ultimately to have free access to the internet. Diba? Yun ang ginawa niya. So, during the height of the love bug incident, Reuters has reported that the Philippines has yet to arrest the suspected creator of the love bug computer virus because it lacked laws that deals with the computer crime, a senior police officer said. Noon, nung nangyari ang I love you virus or yung love bug which hacks the internet, diba? Tapos nagkakaroon sila ng free internet noon, nung ginawa niya yan, ang nakakaloka, hindi nila masampahan ng kaso. Bakit? Wala tayong batas about cybercrime laws. Yan. Kaya sabi niya, during the height of love bug incident, Reuters has reported that the Philippines has yet to arrest the suspected creator of the love bug computer virus because it lacks the laws, diba? That deals with the computer crime, as senior police officer said. So the fact of the matter is that there's no laws relating to cybercrime in the Philippines. Ang meron lang tayo noon yung 8293, yung electronic. Doon pa lang tayo nagkaroon ng electronic evidence, ganyan. So the National Bureau of Investigation is finding it difficult to legally arrest the suspect behind the love bug computer virus. Hindi nila masampahan ng kaso nun ito. Ang gumawa ng I love you virus is si Mr. Onel de Guzman. Okay. Do you know nasaan na si Mr. Onel de Guzman ngayon? Kinuha siya ng CIA dahil magaling siya sa computer. Pinakinabangan siya ng ibang bansa imbis na ang Pilipinas. Sa Pilipinas kasi sinasampahan siya ng kaso. Sa ibang bansa kinuha siya para gamitin yung utak niya sa pagkagaling sa computer. Kinuha siya sa CIA, Central Intelligence Agency ng US. So, what are the common types of cybercrimes already handled by the law enforcement agency of the country such as PNP and BNBI? Ayan. Hacking, cracking, di ba? Dami ganyan. Malicious email sending. Alam niyo, malicious email sending, may mag-send sila sa email nyo, tapos kapag naklik nyo, meron palang ganyan. Internet pornography. Launching of harmful computer viruses. Ayan. Distributed denial of service attacks. Ayan. Website defacement, yung gagalawin nila yung, kanwari, FB account mo, tapos sisirain nila yung picture niya. That is website defacement. Or for example, meron kayong another link outside. Kanwari, meron kang sariling link for your shop. Hack nila yon and then papalitan nila yung features. Ayan. Acquiring credit card information from an e-commerce website. Ayan. Internet shopping using fraudulently acquired credit cards. Ayan. Wire transfer of funds from a fraudulently acquired credit card. Madaming ganyan ang mabibiktima dyan. Lalo na kung di sila magaling sa technology. Online auction fraud. Ako na nga lang wala naman akong BDO account. Okay? Pero laging may nagte-text sa akin sa number ko na ganito daw. It looks like I'm having a trouble with my BDO account daw. Para daw ma-check ko, click ko daw yung link. Sabi ko, tawa ako ng tawa doon Lagi kong ano yun, i-screenshot and then isa-send ko sa bank ng BDO, sa messenger nila or sa email nila. Bakit? Unang-una wala akong BDO account. Bakit ako magkakaroon ng problema sa BDO account? Diba? That is a scam. Okay, madaming ganon. Always remember sa mga, dito, sino nag-online banking dito, ganyan. Ako kasi nag-online banking ako para less hassle. Pero dapat with precautionary measures. Kapag nagde-deal kayo with money in the internet, okay, yung kanwari, online transaction, always be careful, okay? Lalo na kayo criminal. Just huwag kayong tanga-tanga, huwag kayong pindot ng pindot. Kasi, minsan, basahin nyo muna. Lalo na yung mga gano'n, sabi nila, meron daw problema yung sa bangko mo. Better call them first. Or punta na lang kayo sa branch kung saan yung inopen yung card nyo. Or tawagan nyo mismo or mag-email na lang kayo sa kanila. Huwag kang magre-reply dun sa tinext lang, ganyan. Huwag kayong maniniwala doon or in-email lang. Kasi, hindi yun kapanipaniwala. Those are the forms of hacking. Minsan, makikita mo, nakasave pa yung number As in, di ba kapag kanwari nag-text sa'yo ang NDR-MMC, kanwari or smart, automatically nakasave yung number nila kahit hindi mo naman sinave ang number. Ganon din sila ngayon. Kahit hindi nakasave sa number mo yung number na ginamit nila, nag-automatically save siya. Parang maglalabas talaga siya na totoo or just to look at a legit one. Pero kapag na-click mo yon, nahuli ka, makukuha nila yung pera mo. Okay? So, be careful if you are handling ATM or online banking, ganyan. So, these are just the types of cybercrime. So, ngayon, meron na tayong tinatawag na RA 10175. It is the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. But this one was put into an issue kasi nagkaroon sila ng parang nawawala. Lalo na yung sa cyber libel. Yan. So, recently, the Cybercrime Law of 2013 was approved. However, several groups and individuals who are against the law filed the TRO or parang Temporary Restraining Order with the Supreme Court. That means the law is suspended for the meantime while the SC is reviewing the validity of the law or some of its provision. Pero alam ko, as of now, ang RA 10175 is functioning. Okay po, madami na pong natulungan ng batas na yan. Ang kasing inaano lang nila, dahilan nila nun, bakit ayaw nilang RA 10175? Kasi daw, baka daw, nag-hack siya ng personal interest or parang na-hack yung ating privacy. Yan. So, in common understanding of what crime means, it's that the act that there is both perpetrator, the victim of the wrongful behavior. With victimless crimes, victimless crime. Again, sa cyber crimes, okay, again, balik lang tayo dito. Ang nagiging dahilan nila dito is, kaya nila, itinutulog sa yung RA 10175 kasi para daw umaano yung sa human rights. Diba, alam niyo naman yung human rights. Yun nga lang, doon sa bagong batas na nilabas sila ngayon, yung parang terrorism. Ayan, nadami rin tumiligsa, di ba, yung na-approve ni Duterte. Kasi nga daw, parang pumapasok na yung freedom of expression. Ayan. So, nagkakaroon daw ng privacy, nawawala yung privacy natin as an individual. So, yun ang inaano nila sa batas natin. Pero, if you will read the laws, yung mga IR, I suggest, okay, if you are reading a special law like this, kanwari, babasahin yung RA 10175, it is better to read them the IRR or yung implementing rules and revisions. Kasi yun talaga yung sinusundan ng batas natin. Okay, hindi siya shortcut. And the last one of this topic is what we call the victimless crimes or public order crimes. So ano ba yung tinatawag nating victimless crimes or public order crimes? Okay? So, victimless or public order crimes. In common understanding of what crime means is that the act implies that there is both perpetrator and a victim of the wrongful behavior. With victimless crimes, this general rule does not apply. Ano yung tawag dito? Ano yung victimless crime? Meron po bang victimless crime? Sa tingin nyo, lahat ba ng crime may victim? Anyone? Lahat ba ng crime may victim?
Yes po.
Yes, ma'am.
Bakit sabi nila merong victimless crimes? Victimless crime. Ang paniniwala kasi natin, di ba, kapag nangyari ang crime, ang may kasalanan dyan, hindi lang perpetrator. Sigurado, meron ding wrongful behavior dun sa victim. Sabi nga nila, walang mabibiktima kung walang nagpapabiktima. For example, yung sa mga rape, minsan di ba nagkakaroon tayo ng victim blaming, kaya yan na-rape kasi ganyan suot niya. Sometimes that is true. Sometimes lang naman po, Pero doesn't necessarily mean that all the time, maa-apply yun. There are instances wherein we believe that crime will happen if, gusto mong maging victim ng crime na yun. For example, alam mo naman na madaming magnanakaw doon, bakit ka pa magsusuot ng madaming alahas? Diba? So sabi nga niya, there is both perpetrator and the victim in the wrongful behavior. So, pero sa tinatawag nating victimless crimes, this general rule does not apply. Bakit? Ano po ba yung tinatawag nating victimless crime or public order crimes? Ayan. Victimless crimes refers to those crimes in which there is no clear victim. Why? It is really identifiable. In other words, the only injured party is the offender. Ikaw na mismo yung offender, ikaw rin ang victim. Okay? In other words, the only injured party is the offender who engages in self-destructive behavior. These crimes are also called the moral offenses or vice, or many of these crimes generally are referred to the public order crimes. Again, victimless crimes are also known as public order crimes. An offense that is consensual and lacks of complaining participant. Walang nagko-complain yan. Bakit? Kasi siya mismo ang nagiging victim yan, or siya mismo ang dahilan. Siya na ang gumawa, siya rin ang victim. It is the rare and these cases that are victims who wait prosecution. Ano yan? For example, taking drugs. Bawal ba yan sa batas? If you're using drugs, bawal ba yan sa batas? Illegal drugs? Bawal. Sinong victim dyan? Sino victim dyan?
Yung gumagamit mo
Siya
ng
na ang
drugs.
offender, siya pa ang victim. So, yun ang mga tinatawag nating victimless crimes. There is no clear identifiable victim. Kasi, ang nakikita nating victim lang dyan is yung offender mismo. So, what are these types of crimes? Ayan, prostitution, pornography, drug abuse using, alcoholism, and gambling. Diba, prostitution? Ayan. Minsan, yung iba, hindi sila nagiging nai-scam lang ng sindikato or so what. Ang nangyayari sa kanila, talagang sila mismo, sa Angeles, walking street, diba? Sila mismo ang nagiging prostitute. Bawal yan, pero sila ning offender, sila din ang victim. Pornography, ayan, diba? Minsan, sila na nga offender, sila din ang victim. Drug abuse or drug using, ayan, mas lalo na yan. Alam mong bawal sa batas, ikaw yung offender, ikaw din ang victim. Alcoholism, hindi naman pinagbabawal ang alcoholism, but it is a type of or form of a vice. Diba? So, yan. Next is gambling. Diba? Pagsusugal ka ba? Tapos, hindi ikaw ang offender. Diba? Ikaw na ang offender, ikaw din ang victim. Again, pag sinabi nating victimless crimes or public order crimes, there is no identifiable victim or clear identifiable victims. Or madalas, ito yung mga tinatawag natin public order crimes wherein ang biktima is yung sarili mo lang din. Okay? So again, those are the different types of or topologies of crimes. So do you have any questions for today's discussion?
Naan po.
Naan po.
So stop ko na to.